Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
Like, you don't. That's not how people get discovered.
On YouTube, also same.
Yeah,
on YouTube is also
too.
not. Yeah, so it's funny that you say that because I'm actually working on a new project with MrBeast. I assume you guys know who MrBeast is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
We're,
guy whose business model is confounding my brain. Like every
No,
video
it's
costs
not.
$70,000.
No.
No. I'll explain.
Titles. Yeah, go for it.
I'll explain that to you in a second.
Okay.
But Jimmy, he's a great guy, and we stumbled upon the Facebook
And I enjoy his
phenomena.
content. I wasn't digging at him. Carry on.
And we've been digging into how Facebook video works and whatnot. So we're looking at we're not only just setting this up, right? But our plan is to take YouTubers from YouTube, just get their content over to Facebook and post it and share it for them and grow their Facebook page. And all we take is like a profit cut. So like it's booming business, Facebook, if you can make it work.
But Facebook,
Yeah.
the downside of the whole Facebook video thing was they were in a lot of ways caught inflating numbers. So you remember, like, you could get a view. I don't know. We're getting into like metagaming. Scrolling down Twitter videos, as long as a video would autoplay in the time it took you to move your finger to the bottom of the page and move, it would count as a view and the ad roll would play. I mean, shit, like it's the same thing, inflating numbers artificially. I know YouTube changed like what counts as a view and how many views you could get per IP back in the day. Like this is all very normal stuff. I feel like it's like a Groundhog Day. It's just 7 years later with more money.
So let me explain to you the beautiful channel of MrBeast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So because you're saying you don't know how it works. It's very, very simple. It's ran
super simple.
as a I wouldn't say a zero profit business like Amazon does it, right? But here's how most YouTubers run their YouTube channel, and I'm kind of in between. So a lot of YouTubers, they do all of it themselves, and the paycheck goes to them. The entire paycheck, right?
Give it to me. All $37.
So then you have another the next step, right? And that's where I would say I fall under. I would say 90% of the revenue we generate is profit, right? 10% goes to expenses like editors, channel manager, a thumbnail designer, this and that, and obviously, you know, with that 90%, we invest in other stuff like a gaming company, like the Facebook project we're working on and whatnot. So that's how my setup works. Now you have MrBeast, and once again, don't quote me on these numbers. It is just
speculation and friends.
Yeah. So he has it flipped the other way around. He invests 90% back into his company, and if he could, and I know this for a fact, he would invest all his money back into his company, if not more, right? But that's just impossible, to make the videos as good as possible. So not only does he spend 10% on editors and actors and his friends, you know, he's got to pay these guys who are in his videos, cameraman, people writing the scripts, people just helping him producing the videos, which is very, very normal because that's what you need if you like want to put out content like that. However, his budget per episode is really high. So let's say a video gets 10 million views. You can make anywhere from $20,000 to $80,000 just off AdSense revenue, right? If you have mid-roll ads. MrBeast gets over 10 million views per video. Then on top of that, I think CPM deals, think sponsorships, you know, just like PKA sponsorships.
Cash App, yeah, all that shit.
Yeah, Honey pays, and the Equip pays, and these guys pay. So that can be on top of AdSense, or it can replace AdSense. And now you're talking, once again, don't quote me on these numbers, could be $100,000. So his budget for a video, like, if he needs to make a profit, he needs to spend less than $100,000. And sometimes it's more, right? Sometimes,
and so that's why these like $50,000 contest videos seem absurd, and the business model seems weird. But in reality, it's not that weird. It's just not like we're not used to minimizing overhead. He does the opposite.
Let me jump in.
He's the first YouTuber to do that. Sorry, go ahead.
So, are you familiar with the game of Hearts? Does anyone here know it?
Yeah, I know of it.
Basically, you're
no
trying
idea.
not to get any hearts in your hand. That's the
Right.
deal, right?
Yeah.
So you go around and try to get the hearts
that
out.
hearts is money and taxes you got to pay if you have hearts.
So, also a better way to win is to get all the hearts, but it's risky as fuck because you can get all the hearts but one, and now you don't have the best hand in the game. You got the worst hand in the game.
Right.
I'm watching this guy trying. It's called shooting the moon. Trying to shoot the moon. Right? He's gonna invest into the next video. Invest in the next video. He's making 10 million views a video, and he's not making a lot of money. And if I'm like his dad, I'm like, Beastie, you got to pocket a video or two. You know, set yourself up a little bit. Do all these have to be so reinvestable? Do all like?
But the entire, like, imagine first off, I think that if you've ever watched any of his like interviews or anything, like, there's no way, and we're just using like random numbers here, but there's no way that he is sitting here on a razor thin margin where he's going to be homeless of something that, like, he is definitely making a profit and definitely doing great for himself. It is just that he has flipped it on its head where instead of, we grew up in the era of like, how low is my overhead? How much can I not spend and how much content can I make? That's how Let's Plays and fucking, you know, like I'm editing myself type deals come around. He has found a way to pay people who are good at what they do enough money that they can continue to do this, but also he's going to reinvest a massively disproportionate amount back into the content where you're right. Maybe he could save 70 grand across 3 months and make all that money back, you know, and keep all that money, but in reality it's not his brand, and he's gotten here because of the way he's.
There are very few YouTubers who are a big deal 5 years later. There's exceptions. I'm sure you're thinking of them in your head right now, but most of them 5 years after their peak are done. You know, they're just
sure.
And
I agree,
but
so
you say that,
odds
but
are
you say that,
strong.
but I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now. I'm still 7 years. I'm still going strong.
Right. Well, that's what he's saying.
That falls into my point.
There are exceptions.
That's exactly what I said.
I firmly believe that you can look at this if you just spend maybe like an hour looking through all the stuff that he's doing and the way he's setting it up, you'll understand that he is one of the exceptions. And it's rare to be able to look at somebody and be like, oh, this is a long-term thing that probably, if not at all, will fall at, you know, by the wayside and leave you with nothing. Like, he is setting up a really strong brand.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because I really like him, right? Based on the, like, I only know him through his videos, but I really like him and kind of root for him. But personally, I went through a phase where I seemed to watch everything he made, and I was, you know, just, oh, MrBeast is in my suggestions. I'm definitely going to click on that. And I haven't watched a video in the last year or so. I worry that there are more like me out there that just, I don't know, just the algorithm hasn't given them to me, and that it's not going to last forever.
But you know, like, this is somebody who you're looking at somebody who has literally crested the 1% of the 1% here in terms of like video views, whatever. I understand you can just fall off that. Like, we all understand that's something that can happen, but this guy has situated himself in a position where he is, like, I don't use this lightly, upcoming to the level of a Ninja or PewDiePie in terms of his cultural impact on the YouTube scene. Like, almost every kid that is watching Ninja probably knows of MrBeast, if not because they've already played and done shows together. So, like, he's that echelon.
Okay.
His plan is to pass PewDiePie in subs, right? Yeah. Which sounds insane.
Yeah, he's got a ways to go.
Somebody will.
The crazy amount of videos that he's putting out, and they're quality content. They like he studies analytics. He has an amazing team. Even if he doesn't make any profit from just his YouTube channel, which he's spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on every month, like, with the knowledge that he's acquired throughout the years, because like the thumbnail you see, it's not just a random picture, like, it's all thought of. Every single bit, every keyword in the title, the way it's framed, with all the knowledge that he's acquired over the years from that, and him and his team, they have been able to set up other channels, right? So he has a second channel, which is doing probably better than 90% of like full-time YouTubers' main channels. And all that money, he's not investing right back into the videos. That's just chilling like in the bank account or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or he's feeding that money back into his main channel, right? So it's not like, if you're taking it on, like, if you look at it, if you just look at the surface, right? Like, he's well off. He has he's living great. Let's just say that.
Right.
He's making money, and even if he's investing all his money into the company right now, for many, many companies, that's very normal. That's what Amazon does, right? They make sure that they don't make any profit every year, so they don't have to pay taxes because they're just injecting all that money right back into growing the company. And at the end of the day, Amazon is the biggest company in the world, and that's MrBeast's mindset. He wants to be the biggest YouTuber in the world, so he's doing whatever it takes to get there, right?
Yeah,
and that's a new way of thinking about it, which is
and
great.
not only that, but we talk about like his per video spend. Let's say his per video spend is $100,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was $100,000, this last month he got 307 million views last month, right? So even if you made a video every day at that money, like in 2 months you've recouped it. Like he's making that math is wrong, by the way, but like what I'm saying is like you could spend so much money, like an absurd amount of money that he's not spending, and we're talking like he's like everything past that point is profit now. The long tail views on these, like, they don't really drop off as hard. If you're getting 2 million views per day in long tail, that's like a normal YouTuber's like month, like half month, week, whatever. He's got a long-term plan where even if shit just dies tomorrow, he's going to be living upper echelon for 2-3 years just off of residuals. So it's a very interesting model. And I think that out of anyone that's like tried to do like change the game up, he's one of the few people that like very much has done it in an interesting but also calculated and like really well done way.
It's so a lot of YouTubers, they're running their YouTube business as an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, I'm a musician, but I'm actually a YouTuber. I'm the only person working on this. I might have a manager, and all the money goes to me, which is the completely wrong. Like, that's not how you should look at a YouTube channel, or at least how I say, look at it from a business point of view, right? So think about it as a hotel or a coffee shop, whatever. Now, if your coffee shop is making $100,000 profit every month, you're not just gonna sit on that. You're gonna say, all right, we need to get a bigger coffee shop. We need to get more employees. Maybe we should
open up a new coffee shop.
Open up
another
2 new
one,
places, 3 new places. So you see, hey, I'm making a lot of profit. Instead, let's start spending that money on.
You guys are acting like it's business genius to not turn a profit, and you're like, look at Amazon, they don't turn profits, and look at these other. I lived through the .com. Hold on, I let you talk for like 30 minutes. There are plenty of .com companies where people left without money. Right, everybody went belly up because they weren't focused on profits. I find business is super interesting, and I watch them all the time. And I'm not saying it's bad to be a home run hitter. I think it's neat. You know, when guys are like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking swing for the stars, reinvest, fuck profits. I don't give a fuck about profits. I'm going to put it in for tomorrow, and tomorrow's hypothetical profits will be way bigger. Okay. Hold on. You went for an hour.
Making profits.
Yeah,
he's still making profits.
Yeah, but but they're making absurd profits even if you don't see it. Like, he's making
the 90-10 thing. All right, maybe he is. But,
yes.
I've seen him interview, and he said he wasn't. You know, you're saying he is, he's saying he's not. I don't know where the truth is. But I find it interesting that he keeps swinging for like deeper long balls. And I'm like, man, pocket one of these. There's a bird in the hand and 2 in the bush. And I just love to see him take the guarantee right now. You know, get something that changes the rest of your life. If he could just bank $5 million or something, then that would give him like a level of security. I don't know that he's going to be popular in 2020. What if in 2020 he's rich and they find out he drives a Tesla Model, whatever the good one is, and he's no longer interested in breaking up 50,000 pennies in some guy's backyard because that's just not appealing to him for the kind of cat. I don't know. But how many guys have we seen where they're like, you're not the same. You're not the same as like every YouTuber, save 1% of them past 5 years.
So once again, fair point. And that's why he's branching out, right? That's why he has a second channel. That's why me and him are looking at Facebook stuff right now, because he knows, and I know, and everybody knows, like, you're not going to be famous forever. You're not going to be a pop star forever. So now it's like let's use everything we've built up over the years, all our connections, all our knowledge of making videos, and all of these things to let's leverage that and create a new business that doesn't run on popularity of your face. But then again, like, he's good. He's not poor.
Yeah, good. I don't want him to be poor. I really like him.
Yeah.
I find him fascinating, the way that he's running his YouTube channel like a .com business. He's focused on growth and not profits. And some of those .com businesses went on to be Amazon. Most of them didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we're beating a dead horse
Yeah,
here.
okay.
Like, it's just, I firmly believe that he was probably the Amazon in this scenario.
Mhm.
And, and the many multitudes of people that we both can think of that have fallen by the wayside did not in any way, shape, or form have the same level of investment, thought process, whatever, even info to get to that point. But yeah, like, who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he won't.
Yeah. AOL looked like the king at one point. They were the biggest
You're right.
winner around.
You're right.
So, but anyway, MrBeast, if you catch this, 1, I'm rooting for you. 2, put some money in your pocket, please. I want you to be rich.
My take is.
I ended on that note. I love the
That was the
wordplay.
best
Very
shit
nice.
I've ever heard.